a hiccup. He's like about to fall down the wall. He's about to take a slide. There he goes. Oh no. 5 is such a nice manageable number. Let's see. And 4. So, all right. Greetings, Sisko people. It is I, Shelley. I thought I would break in and do a little voiceover update since I can't go in the room just yet. Everyone appears to be doing okay in the Sisko room. They all seem to be moving around and nursing, and Sisko is doing a fantastic job taking care of them. I would love to get in there and put in a clean blanket and all that good stuff, but I want her to have several hours with them so she's relaxed and feels safe before I go in there, since I am the human predator and she thinks that I'm there to harm her babies and herself, so I'm staying out of it because the stress of a visit from me during this very sensitive time could trigger her to abandon the babies, or it could even trigger her to harm the babies. And I really don't want to take any risk with that. So we're just all gonna have to grit our teeth and look at dirty blanket for like overnight. Unlike with Tip's kittens, who had immediately a clean blanket as soon as the birth was over. Just can't do it for Sisko. So, not the end of the world. Totally not a big deal. It's just that the humans don't like looking at it. I'm in Tip's room right now. I'm not obviously in the room with Sisko because I don't want to stress her out. So, if you're hearing an echo, you can mute one or the other. Blanket Kitten came out. Blanket Kitten was fine. Sisko has plenty of food and water just outside the bin. She doesn't even have to leave the bin to eat it. She just has to stick her head out. So I don't need to go in for that. The only reason I would go in tonight is if I saw if one of the babies appeared to be struggling. It's a little hard to tell over the camera, but I have seen all of them moving from one side of the nest to the other, and she seems to have everything under control. And in all likelihood, she may have had 8 kittens in her previous litter. We don't know that. But we know she's most likely had many litters of kittens before. So and she clearly has very strong maternal instincts. So That's all in her favor. All 8 were pretty vigorous when they were born, so that's kind of a miracle in and of itself. She did have about 4 weeks of really good nutrition and deworming and defleeing, which gives her a big leg up, and probably helped these kittens come out very strong. Because it is unusual to have 8 kittens and to have all of them survive with such a big litter like that. So she's already ahead of the game there. I will go in probably in the morning. And bring fresh food, and then I will have to assess the situation and see how she reacts to me coming in there. If she runs and hides, that's perfect because I can grab the kittens, take them out, weigh them, check them over really quickly, and then bring them back on a clean towel. If she stays to protect the kittens, it'll be a little more challenging. I'll have to try to shield myself and maybe just grab 4 at a time, which would be more manageable. I don't know how you could tell if one seemed a bit sluggish because 7 of them look alike. So if you see one that looks sluggish and then you look again and you see one that looks sluggish, it could totally be a different one and they're probably just sleeping. I haven't seen anything that looks suspicious, and I've been watching pretty closely. But I will. That is why I won't wait a full day. I would like to, give her a day or even 2. I think I gave Sloane maybe 36 hours before I went in, just to make sure she was super comfortable and felt safe. But just because there are so many kittens and because they're hard to tell apart, it's impossible to really assess them over the camera. So I will go in earlier than I would like to, but I do want to give her the night unless I see an obvious reason not to. But I would like to give her at least the night with them and then go in the morning and see if I can steal some kittens and check them out. It's totally natural for her not to leave the nest. I don't think that's abnormal at all. Tip didn't leave the nest for several hours. She's exhausted. She's got new babies to protect. She has tons of hormones going on. I don't think it's noteworthy that she has not left the nest. She will when she has to go to the bathroom. She did eat 8 very scrumptious placentas, so she has calories to keep her going, and she has been eating a lot in the days leading up to this. So she actually is in really good shape nutritionally. We did reschedule Mila's spay. She was supposed to go in the morning for her spay, but I did not want to go in and, chase her around and Sisko have to watch her friend getting grabbed and taken out of the room. Just the timing was probably about as bad as it could have been. So that's been rescheduled for Tuesday. Just to give Sisko some time to settle down. And Mila's actually in great shape. She's not excited about being here at all, but she is eating well and she's getting lots of rest and she's not having fleas and all that stuff. So I don't think there's any harm in keeping her another couple of days. I think it's totally fine. And I think there's a benefit to keeping her because it's really important at this stage to keep Sisko's stress level as low as possible. So Yeah, and Mila does have her banana. Um, let's see. So I think so far Sisko is doing the like really, really well. I don't have anything that I'm concerned about at this point, with having essentially the same visibility you guys have. Um, but I do plan to go in the morning and attempt to steal some kittens, and I will try to um, put collars on them, and we'll see how that goes. Generally, the moms don't care if the babies come back with collars. Um, and I think it will make it a lot easier to monitor if there are one or two that are smaller than the others or whatever, just to make sure that there's nothing concerning. I did talk to Dr. Ferguson for quite some time this evening about kind of plan A, plan B, because 8 kittens could be very competitive at the milk bar. If there's one that's not quite as strong as the others, there is a chance that we might have one that's getting out-competed consistently. If there is one that seems to be struggling, I will consider bringing it in with tip. It's not without risk doing that. We know that Sisko was negative for ringworm, which is good. But she has not been feline leukemia tested. And while we have no reason to suspect that she would have it, she seems very strong and healthy. Doesn't have any upper respiratory symptoms that she's showing. None of that means that she is definitively negative for any of those things. She could still be carrying stuff like that. So there is a little bit of a risk to doing it. So it's only something I'll do if there's a kitten that is struggling and I don't feel I can get in there often enough to take adequate care of it. So it is a possibility, but it's not something that would be taken lightly. Yeah, she's an amazing mom. I'm so impressed at how quickly and efficiently and just what good care she's taking of the babies. She has not left them. She's been, cleaning them and sitting in uncomfortable positions so they can all reach the milk bar. It's pretty impressive. So she's doing great, and she never has to do this again. So so a lot of this is just having to assess whatever situation develops and weigh the risks and then pick the least risky option. So it's unlikely that there will be like a black and white. There will be 2 black and white options, and it will be, empirically, this is the best option. It's kind of, we just have to look at the risks and the benefits and make the best possible decision we can. And sometimes it'll be the wrong decision, but we don't know everything. And so it's a lot of guessing and gut feeling and just trying to prepare as well as possible and be as informed as possible and just make a call. So that's kind of what's coming next. 8 is the new record for kittens born at Tiny Kittens HQ. 7 was the most that we had before. And so 8 is pretty impressive. she does look like she's starting to relax a bit. So that's good. And like I said, she has food, she has water, she has everything she needs close by. And as much as I know we all want to go in there and, you know, make sure the kittens are okay and change the blanket and all that stuff, restraint is key at this point. So I appreciate those of you who have been explaining that to people who come in. I think people who are new to the stream and don't understand kind of what the Great Sisko experiment is all about, you know, bring up the feed for the first time and see dirty blankets and think this is like a fly-by-night operation. So I appreciate you guys explaining that, you know, this is a special situation and it's not because, you know, she's not getting the best possible care. It's just because this is the best thing for her right now. It is definitely hard to restrain myself. I keep trying to like talk myself into, you know, well, she won't notice if I just go in real quick and grab a kitten or two, but no, she will notice. So it's hard for me to watch sometimes too, and not be able to just go check. Like with Eep, little Eep from Tip's litter, who was born overnight on the 4th, on Tuesday night, I was able to check, you know, every couple of hours and make sure that she's gaining weight and that she's nursing and she's able to compete with her siblings. And I could have stepped in had she needed help. She's a little fighter, so she hasn't needed help, so that's been really good. But it's totally different situation with the feral cat, and managing stress is the number one thing I can do to ensure that their odds are as good as they can possibly be. So it's something that I hesitated to even live stream initially because I knew that there would be a lot of, you know, people would come in and they wouldn't understand what's actually going on in there. But you guys have done a great job helping to educate people, and so as long as we can continue to do that, then I think it's worthwhile to do the streaming, even though inevitably certain people will end up thinking that, you know, it's not right to have a dirty towel and, you know, all that stuff, and we just have to be okay with that, right? Yeah, I'm glad I was able to do the voiceover. That I think was helpful because, especially because so many people were watching. Yeah, and I know that, you know, there was a lot of confusion too. And then when the more people there are, the more confusion there is. But it is still cleaner than an actual forest, yes. And it's warm and it's soft and it's safe. So I think she's doing really well. She'd have the babies right now wherever she was, and there'd be tomcats coming by and raccoons and crows and coyotes and dogs and all sorts of other stuff that she would have to be really vigilant about. So I think just having the human predator to worry about is probably makes it much easier than she would otherwise have it. in addition to being well fed and dewormed and not having fleas feasting on her newborn babies. So, and I know you guys who have been watching for a while understand it. It's just for the new people who kind of pop in and may not even join the chat, but are see what's going on here and don't I guess they judge it before it's clear what's actually happening. But anyway, I think other than that though, I think it's pretty exciting that so many people care about a feral cat and her babies. People that, you know, otherwise would have never known that this cat ever existed or her babies. So I think that's kind of cool. She's kind of representing all the thousands and thousands of feral cats out there who are never seen or known by people. So I think that's kind of cool. Good job, Sisko. You didn't even know it. But you're an inspiration. It is crazy to think about her being that tired and then having to go find food. And the kind of food she would find, you know, is, I mean, we do have our feeding station there, so she would be able to eat there, but most feral cats, they scrounge in the garbage or they have to hunt, which takes a lot of energy. It's not easy. Once they're spayed and neutered, life's super great, but before then, it's pretty tough. So you have 8 kittens, 1 ginger, 1 tortie, and 6 either black or possibly tortie or dark tabby. Torties are generally born mostly black, and then their tortiness emerges over time. So they may have some subtle ginger markings. I'm super excited that I get to sleep through the night tonight. It's been probably 2 weeks that I've been waking up every 2 hours or less to check on Sisko and make sure that she's not in labor. So it's definite. And then I was up all night with Tip, not last night, but the night before. So it's been pretty crazy couple of weeks here. Not a lot of sleep. Not a lot of being coherent, I don't think. So it's good we can finally I think I'm not alone in not sleeping very much. I know a lot of you guys were checking in too. So I'm very excited. There she goes. Yep. It's good. Sisko's sleeping. She's got her babies all safe, tucked in. So that's good. So I'll have to be super quiet when I sneak out of here and go back upstairs so I don't wake her up. Any chance for Pinecone to be rehomed? We do have a couple of really friendly, engaging cats at the colony. Until you try to restrain them or take them out of their forest, and then they're terrified and stressed. So what we are doing is working with them in the forest, and if any of them progress to a point where you know, we can pick them up reliably and they'll come and go from a crate and, you know, a couple of other milestones, then potentially we could try them in a home. But it's a completely different scenario seeing them in the forest and then seeing them in captivity. They become completely different cats. So even though you see them being so adorable and engaging and even purring when you pet them. That doesn't necessarily mean that if they're taken out of their environment that they would be happy like that. And maybe they do have the potential if the right person were to adopt them. So we're always looking for people that are willing to work with feral cats and adopt them. But we have so many feral and semi-feral cats anyway that need homes, or semi-feral cats anyway, that need really good homes like that. Like some of our moms, that we sort of prioritize them because we have so few homes like that available. Oh, they're so cute. Tips kittens are really cute. I know. Sloaney and Torelius, Mr. T, and the tabbies. I mean, they've actually come a long way since we started coming there, and we've been playing with them and stuff. And even the property owner has noticed a significant difference in their behavior since we came along and started spaying and neutering them. So that's pretty neat. But they definitely are still feral. So, yes, Quarkles is so darling. She just follows me around and just stares at me. It's pretty. And now Renara, who is somehow related to Quarkles, does the exact same thing. So cute. All the little gray tuxies are so cute. So, what else? I'm working on posting photos of Tips kittens with their names. So that will happen. I'll post one tonight, and I just have to. I've just been working on getting pictures of all of them that are extremely adorable. I can't post any Sisko pictures except for screen captures, which are not like super compelling with the bloody blanket and everything and the bad lighting. But if I'm able to steal some kittens tomorrow, I will take pictures and do names. It would be helpful to have genders before we pick names. The theme, though, was decided by you guys, and it is Bambi is the naming theme for Sisko's kittens. So I don't think anyone knew there would be 8 kittens, but I think we have some good names to pick from. So just waiting on genders, and we'll see if 6 of them actually are black, or if some. We'll see what the situation is. So someone asked about Roan. Do you mean Rhodes, or I don't know, Sloan? Someone else? I'm not sure what the question is. Yeah, just one Torty, or possibly Tuxie, but I don't know. None of them seem to have a lot of weight, so we'll see. And I did think that I saw some tabby stripes. But it's hard to tell when they're wet and shiny. And the lighting in there is not very good, obviously. I was not anticipating that she would pick this nest of all the options. Yeah, so I'm going to try to at least steal some of them. It will depend on how she reacts to me. If she becomes, you know, fierce, ferocious, protective mom, then I may have to wait longer rather than risk really stressing her out. Because I not only have to steal the kittens, I also have to return them, which has proven a bit challenging in the past with our dear little Smony. I am actually upgrading to a GoPro and for the colony so that we actually can have videos that are not super grainy like they are on Periscope, and also so that they can be posted. So that should be happening in the next week or so. You're so cute. Aren't you cute? Oh, so. Oh. So we can all sleep soundly tonight. I think all the Tips babies are ridiculous. They're so cute. Like all the unknown stuff is at least over with. Oh. I made her eep. You made eep eep. I don't have a milk bar. Oh, there's your mom right there. Oh, she's so good. There you go. There's your mama. I didn't mean to wake you up. Uh-oh. Someone's being smushed. Someone's head was being smushed. Oh, fine. I'll just smush them this way then. I think she's far enough back. Yeah, they're all out. That's total Mom 101. Smush kittens. Sorry, I got distracted by Tip and how adorable Tip's kittens are. If you haven't checked out Tip, you definitely should. These are our DreamWorks kittens. She's abandoned, very, very friendly, not at all feral, totally different experience. Had 5 kittens 2 nights ago. And so if you look up in the URL bar, you see where it says Tiny Kitten / Sisko, the Sisko cam. Just change that to Tip, T-I-P. Change Sisko to Tip, so it's Tiny Kitten / Tip, and you can see adorableness. Well, actually, right now all you see is Tip, because she rolled the privacy way. Let's see. Oh, they're pretty cute. So 8 kittens, definitely a record at Tiny Kittens HQ. Not a record in the world, but that's a lot. 13 kittens right now. 13 newborn kittens. That's a lot. Oh, so anyway, I'm ready for my first nap in a long, long time. Thank you for CCing. Thank you everyone who is just watching, and thank you for everyone who's doing PSAs and answering questions and all that stuff. I could weigh the Tip kittens. I mean, just eat probably. She had gained quite a bit. We were all very impressed with her eepy-eepness. She's at 77 now. That's down a couple of grams, but they have been sleeping for quite some time, so that's nothing to be alarmed about. And it's still up 15 grams from birth weight, which is very impressive. And look, now she's going for the milk bar. She's going to get some private dining. So that's good. So now I'm torn between whether I should leave the camera approximately where it is, or you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Do you have a baby pillow? Oh, she's so sweet. Such a good little mama. Such a good little mama. Maybe if we move these here. Oh, you're just about to be on there. Let's put them on this side. Then I can leave the camera in position. Doing a little cat arranging. A little set design. All right, very good. I'm done micromanaging the scene. There you go. Look what a good little mama she is. Zoom it out. Perfect. See how much better that is over there? So much better. Yes, it is so much better. You're such a good mama. Oh, she's so sweet. Can you imagine anyone abandoning this sweet, sweet, glorious creature? She's so wondrous in every way. Oh my goodness. Okay. So cute. Okay. All right. I'm gonna really make myself go now. So good night, Sisko people, and good night, Tip people. I'm going to put the Sisko sound back on Sisko. I'm sure you'll be relieved for that. Listening to some soothing water noises. So I will check back in later on. Good night. All right, I think we're back to Sisko sound. There. And oh, look at the adorableness happening in this nest. So cute. All right, let's do a little of this. Just this a bit. Ridiculous too. Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay. And maybe a little bit of night light. You're so beautiful. All right. Perfect. Very good. All right. The lighting is much lower than it appears on the camera. Just FYI. Okay, I guess I should put this one. Right. So cute. This is what 5 kittens looks like. Imagine 8. Pretty cute. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Leaving for real. Quietly.